Hello everybody, this is Yu-Gi-Oh! Deckmaster. I've not done a video in a very long time, just haven't had the passion to do it ever since my ex left me. But I'm really excited to bring forth this deck again, something I participated in a long time ago, but after 2017 or so, it stopped being playable. Now it's kind of come back, and I feel like this variant of the build will actually be pretty competitive. I think a lot of aspects of this deck is going to be pretty powerful. Now, the deck I'm talking about is Phantasm Spiral Control. The reason why I think this deck will be compatible and viable is because of the fact that you only run normal monsters. Things like Talons, Thrust, all the negation, droplets, you name them, they do nothing versus you. So let's do a quick go through, make this video as short as possible. Sorry for the quality, I just don't have the proper equipment to do this anymore. So we're going to start off with one, go. Thanks to the new Primate stuff, he is easily summoned out and is kind of your main beater of the deck. At 2950 attack and 2800 defense, he is the strongest water monster that works well with sea stealth and is not hindered by things like Gozen or There Can Be Only One, should you choose to run those. Of course, then we got our 3 Megala Smasher X's, 2000 vanilla that just pummels your opponent. Standard play. That's it on monsters. Then we move on to spells. We got our 3 Pot of Extravagance. Draw cards, because our extra deck don't freaking matter one damn bit. 1 Card of Demise, because if you don't Extravagance, drawing 3 is nice. Sadly, Card of Demise is limited, so you can only run 1. 1 Terraforming to get our Phantasm field spell, Pacifist of the Phantasm City, which is the key to everything. 2 Pot of Dualities. You could go a 3rd duality, but I went with the Card of Demise over the 3rd duality. So 2 dualities just let you it does lock you out of special summoning for the turn, but it can help you get through your deck since Pot of Prosperity is down. With Pot of Prosperity at 1, I decided to go Extravagance over Pot of Prosperity in here, and they do conflict, so you can run it if you want, but I think this ratio is just fine. Okay, then we go on to the first Primate card. We got 1 Primate Drill Beam, which is the OCG name. For those that don't know what this card does, you can reveal a normal monster or a primordial monster in your hand, or a primordial card or a normal monster in your on your field. If you control one, you don't have to reveal. Otherwise, you got to reveal one from your hand. And then if you do that, that's kind of the cost. You get to target a card your opponent controls, negate its effects, and banish that card. Then if they ever come out with a primordial monster, a normal one, you'll be able to set the card from your graveyard during your turn each turn, and it doesn't banish when it leaves the field. Sadly, right now they only got an effect monster, which conflicts with the way this deck works, so it's a one and done. It's searchable by one of the other Primate cards, and it just gives you a negate for those Evenlies and Harpies and etc., etc. Then you got 2 Primate, I want to say they're called Roar in the TCG. You pay 2,000, declare a normal name. If you don't have any monsters on the field, you can special summon that normal from your deck in defense mode. And then all monsters with the declared name or Primate monsters can't be destroyed by battle until the end of the opponent's turn. So basically, this is an E-Telly or an unexpected die on a quick play spell. Except you can get go out of the deck because there's no level restriction. It also has a grave effect that if your opponent normal summons, you can banish it from the grave, target a normal monster you control or one in your grave, and then banish a monster your opponent controls whose attack is less than that monster. So basically 2950 in most cases. That neither of those effects are once per turn, by the way, so you run 2 and you can technically get off both graveyard effects. Odds of getting both field effects or summoning from deck effect, probably not as much. And it is 2,000 life points, so do keep that in mind. Then you got the best Primate card. You got Primate Lordy Load, which on activation is mandatory that you add another Primate card from deck to hand. That's why you run one Drill Beam and 2 Roar, because you want to get them to your hand, because you can't activate this card if you can't. So keep that in mind. If you get Drill and Lockbird, you will not be able to activate this because it's a mandatory add. But once it's face up on the field, after you get that add, you can special summon a normal monster from your hand deck or grave. You just declare its name. And this is going to keep getting you back to go Gigo to keep the force on. Now, do keep in mind this does summon, even though this doesn't say it here, the Edia Pro kind of didn't get the right pronunciation or whatever for this when doing the text. You actually have to summon in defense mode for both this and Roar. So, you won't get to like be aggressive with this, but you do get your guy back from the grave, or hand, or deck, with this card and deck with Roar. So it's pretty cool. It also has a minor effect that if you happen to have a normal on the grave, all your normals on the field gain 300 attack for each normal in your grave with a different name. Most of the time, at best, you'll have a Megala Smasher in your grave, so you'll have a 3250 attacking Go, and a 23 attacking token and a 23 attacking Megala Smasher. Every now and then you might get a 26 attacking token or Megala Smasher if you keep Go in the grave, but you're not going to really do that all that often. Then, of course, you run Pacifist, the Phantasm City. This is the key card of the deck. What this card does is, first of all, it's always treated as Umi. Second of all, each turn, if you normal, only once per turn, though, soft once per turn, if you normal or special summon exactly one normal monster, you are mandatorily forced to search out a Phantasm Spiral card from your deck to your hand. This is not optional. You summon a normal, you're forced to search out a card. You got traps you can search out. Second effect, which is not once per turn, not even a soft once per turn. If your opponent activates an effect on resolution, if you control no tokens, you get to summon a Worm level 8 water 2000 token. And if they get rid of it, say with a Dark Hole, well, on resolution of Dark Hole, your field spell's going to check again, and hey, you don't control token, here's another token. You can only control one at a time, but it pretty much makes it that if they don't kill the field spell or kill your token by battle, you're going to keep being able to bring it back. And yes, your token summoning will trigger the search effect if you haven't already used it that turn. And that's it for spells. On to traps. We got triple infinite impermanence because it's a good going first or second card. We got triple Phantasm Spiral Battle, which basically the only thing you need to know is if you control normal monsters, minimum 1, you can activate the card. If you control Umi, which the field spell's treated as, you can activate it from your hand. And not once per turn, it allows you to target a card on your opponent's field and destroy it. So you can activate all 3 in a single turn. While we're at it, let me go up to here. You also got Phantasm Spiral Power, which is the 4th search of the deck. You're going to search out 3 battles, 1 power. That's normally the ratio people run. Power is basically another imperm. Targets an effect monster. They lose 1,000 attack and defense, and their effects are negated till the end of the turn. Can be used as a battle trick, though, so do keep that in mind. Then, of course, we have Triple Dominus Impulse, the new card. This card says that if your opponent controls a card, you can activate it from your hand. If you activate it from your hand, you're locked out of monster effects that are light, earth, or wind for the rest of the duel. You don't give a shit about that at all. And you'll negate a card effect that would special summon a monster or monsters. And if you have a trap in your grave, you'll destroy said card. Speaking of that, you also run 3 Dominus Purges. Same concept. If your opponent controls a card, you activate it from your hand. If you activate it from your hand, you can't activate monster effects of dark, water, or fire for the rest of the duel. Again, don't care. If your opponent basically adds any card from deck to hand, you're going to negate the activation. And if you have a trap in your grave, you're going to destroy said card. So, yeah, you basically got Ash and special summon negation, as well as Imperm as you're kind of going for second cards. Then you run double Metaverse to get out your field spell. Of course, you got your there could be only one is your Floodgate because you have a reptile, a worm, and a dinosaur, so you're fine. And Skill Drain because, yeah, and they're both at one, so you're only running one. And then the best card in the deck with it is Sea Stealth Attack. Triple Sea Stealth Attack. This, what it does on activation, lets you activate a Pacifist from your grave or hand. So if your field spell gets taken out, this can recover it. And while it's on the field, while the field spell's on the field and this is on the field, if a high level 5 or higher water monster, i.e. basically go, or the token that's summoned off of Pacifist, battle, it destroys the monster before damage calculation. And once per turn, you can banish a water monster until the end of the turn, and all your face-up spell and traps can't be destroyed by card effects of your opponents for the rest of the turn, even if this card leaves the field. So you have your monsters swim away, and your face-up cards are protected. Yes, you can banish your token. It won't come back in phase, but your field spell will just make a new one. And that's kind of the deck there. Then we go on to the extra. It doesn't really matter on the extra. I got triple Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, triple Go Gagagigo the Risen, triple Haggard Lizard Dose. On rare occasions, if you don't see Impulse, and you get Kaiju, you can take the token and this, the token and the Kaiju, go into this, and then target any other monster on the field, banish this card. That monster's attack will become 800, and you'll draw a card. But in most cases, you'll be under Impulse, so you won't even be able to activate it. But you can go into it and, ram it off. It's 800 attack. You can get the you can't have effect monsters on your field, so Kaijuing or Lava Goleming can hurt you. So this is a way to get that off. Then you got triple Link Spider. I got the Quarter Century, so why the fuck not? And triple Mduk, just for the hell of it. Again, Pot of Extravagance, you're never going to go into this. For the side, you got triple Lava Golem, because why not? Triple Heat Wave, because Heat Wave, I know everybody thinks it's a Tempai card, but it's not. It says at the start of the main phase you can activate this, then neither player can normal or special effect monsters until your next draw phase. Well, hey, you don't run effect monsters, so awesome. You're going to side this in when going first. Usually I take out Extravagance for this. For Lava, I'll usually take out one Megala Smasher and the 2 Pot of Dualities, because they do conflict. 3 Cosmic Cyclones for back row decks, or I guess Fire King in some ways too. Then you got triple Evenly for when you know you're going second, and triple Judgment for when you know you're going first. And that's my deck. If you like it, let me know down below, and until next time, peace out, rock on!